Hello, everyone, and welcome to Molehill Mountain, episode 205. Andrew Eisen here. I do apologize for starting an hour late, but I was at the Gen Con today, virtually, because, you know, pandemic. Although that worked in my favor, such as it is, because it was before the pandemic hit, the con was going to be held in Minneapolis, and it's unlikely I would have been able to budget the time and money to go otherwise. So, I mean, I'd rather not have a pandemic that's killed hundreds of thousands of people, just in order to attend a con for a cartoon. But you try and look at the bright side where you can. And it's been a fun con so far. And it never ceases to weird me out when people recognize me. Like I popped in the it's being held over Zoom. I popped into the room early in the con and someone goes, "Oh shit, it's that guy from YouTube." It's like, "Oh no." So, fun stuff. All right, so let's talk about stuff. What's on my to talk about list? Okay, so as many of you know, I've been slowly playing Trails in the Sky, a lovely little RPG that one of my viewers gifted me. Been having a great time, been streaming it. We've been having a lot of fun watching me slowly work my way through the game. The other night, I'm exploring a mountain trail or somewhere. My party of people were escorting an NPC across the monster-filled lands to the other side of the monster-filled lands. And someone in my chat says, "Hey, make sure you keep your health topped up." And I go, "Okay." Cross the bridge and doodly 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 doo. I'm like, "Oh, you meant now?" Because he says, "Keep your health topped up." I'm like, "Oh, we must be heading towards a boss encounter." Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, chat person. It's 5 steps and I'm in the boss encounter. So, the boss encounter is uh, Crazy Sheep. I think it's Crazy Sheep. You cross a bridge, and there's 4 crazy sheep on one side, and they're very mean looking. They're looking at you cross, and you're like, "Ooh, ooh, don't want none of that." And you turn around, and there's 4 more crazy sheep behind you. You are surrounded, and this happens. So here's a shot from the game. There's monsters to front and the rear, and you can see the 4 crazy sheep in the back. That's us on the bridge. It's a little hard to see because of the text box, but there's 4 in front of us too. So the text box after this gives you an option. You can either charge forward or protect the rear. Well, I chose charge forward. No, no, no. I'm sorry. I chose protect the rear. Because the gal with the orange hair in front, that's my lead character. Guy with the blue hair behind her, that's another one of my fighters. Gal with the white hair, that's another one of my fighters. That fourth guy in the back, that's the NPC that we are charged with escorting from point A to point B. So I figured protect the rear would be a good choice because that's where the NPC we're supposed to be escorting is standing. Because I felt like if we just charge ahead, we'd be like abandoning him, and those 4 crazy sheep would do things to him. Unspeakable things. I made the wrong choice. The right answer is charge ahead. Hello, Chaos. I'm not sure why. It may be just one of those weird translation things, but I went back and I played it again, making the opposite choice. And the game seems to regard charge ahead versus protect the rear as split up or stay together. So charging forward is okay, everybody charge forward and will stay together, but protect the rear means split up, because they admonish me for splitting up the group, but if I charge ahead, they're like, yes, that's right, stay together, that's a good choice. So I'm thinking translation thing. One of my, a commenter after the stream popped in his or her 2 cents. Jared, his, I would assume, says the reason your decision against the sheep was wrong because in battle, one never wants to give the initiative to the enemy. Rotating to the rear gives the enemy the ability to strike first. When one is surrounded, it's best to make a strong push in a single direction to break the encirclement. I agree, in theory, but in this specific case, I still think that the way it was worded, protect the rear, seems like the best option, considering that the goal is keep the dude in the back from getting hurt. And charge ahead would seem the most likely way to get him hurt. Protect the rear, to me, meant protect this guy. Yes, that may mean that we're surrounded instead of pressing through. Yes, that may mean the enemy gets the initiative first, but again, they're sheep. Crazy or not, they're just sheep. And protecting this guy is our job. I think we can take a few hits from a sheep. So, I do certainly appreciate and do not discount the tactical advice, but I think in this specific case, I think my initial gut instinct was the right one, but not a big deal. Still a fun game. Yeah, I saved right before that anyway, so I went back and made the right choice and got an extra BP point. So all is good. And Chaos saw Bill and Ted 3. It was dumb, though it is Bill and Ted, kind of the point. Fun and funny. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Glad to hear it. I'd be interested in checking it out. Alright, what else is on my list of fun? So, Capcom announced the final free update for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. And as nobody could have possibly guessed, it was a complete surprise to everyone. No one saw this coming! Fatalis is going to be the final returning monster returning to Monster Hunter. So we're going to fight Fatalis, which is the primo black dragon and one of the I think from the first game, the big boss fight from the first game, which I never played, and I didn't play Generations either, so I've never fought Fatalis, so he's new to me. Yay! I hope it's, not a siege quest like Kulve or Safi'jiiva or Behemoth. I hope it's a solo-able quest, because I'd like to play it. What I found interesting about the final dev diary, which announced Fatalis, is, and now this may just be the translation, but they made it very clear, explicit, multiple times, that this was the final free DLC. Which makes it sound like there might, at the very least, they're leaving the door open for another expansion. Probably not, at least not the size of Iceborne. Maybe what that means is just, we'll have some more paid handler costumes or stuff to decorate your room with, those kind of things. But I did find it kind of interesting that they were really hammering on that specific wording. The other thing is they gave kind of a hint at what Fatalis' armor skills are. I'm not sure it's much of a hint. It felt like a dead giveaway to me, but to me it feels like, or it sounds like, based on the translation of the dev diary, the new skill for Fatalis' armor set is Skill Secret Secret. Many of the armor sets in Monster Hunter World especially Iceborne, have a set bonus where if you wear a certain number of pieces of a particular monster, um, like I think Teostra's three set, if you wear three pieces of Teostra armor, you get Agitator Secret, which allows you to unlock two more levels of Agitator. So you can gem in that skill and make it even stronger. So what it sounds like not Safi'jiiva, Fatalis's armored skill is going to be is wear a certain number of pieces of Fatalis armor, and all of the skills that have secret extra levels are unlocked. So you can get Agitator level 7 or Stone Thrower level 3 or something. Um, that's my guess. We'll see if I'm right. I think Fatalis is October 1st, my sister's birthday. So, fun stuff. Let's move on and speak of Sony. Because the PlayStation 5 is coming out soon day. We don't know when. We assume this year. We assume November. Probably, maybe. Don't know. Sony has not said when the PS5 will be out, nor has Sony said how much the PS5 will cost. But that doesn't stop Sony from opening pre-orders for the PlayStation 5, a console that we don't know how much it costs or when it's coming out. You can still give Sony money for something that they have not announced the price or release date for. I mean, I'm sure it's going to come out in November or slightly thereafter. I'm sure it'll be $400 or $500, $600, somewhere around there. But it's kind of weird to accept pre-orders for something that has not been dated or priced. But it's even weirder. So, on Sony's PlayStation website, the pre-orders are available, but they are by invite only. You see, you have to register with the site to essentially put your name in the hat to get the opportunity to maybe give Sony money for something that they haven't priced or set a release date for yet. So, we don't know how much the PlayStation 5 costs. We don't know exactly when it's coming out. But we can throw our name in a hat to get a chance at putting money down towards something that we don't know when it comes out or how much it costs. Okay. Oh, and if you receive an invitation to pre-order a PlayStation 5, you are not guaranteed a PlayStation 5. It's possible that Sony could invite you to pre-order the PlayStation 5, but they'll have no PlayStation 5s for you to pre-order. That's a possibility. Says it right in the FAQ. So you could put your name in the hat. You could get an invite from Sony. You could say, yeah, Sony, I'm going to put money down towards this thing that I don't know when it's coming out or how much it costs. And Sony could say, we don't have any. You don't have any of the thing that you invited me to pre-order? Nope. Hello, Suzanne. Twisted Ideas. Hello. Chaos says this whole game of chicken between the Xbox and PlayStation is tiresome. Yeah. Yeah. Twisted says, if you get the invite, do you buy it straight from Sony? It would come from the PlayStation Store. Um, oh, the invitation is not random lots. You give them. Let me see. You have to give them your PlayStation name, and then the selection is based on quote previous interests and PlayStation activities. So whatever that means. So if they select you, they'll send you an email. And if you get an invitation, you will be able to pre-order one PS5 console, either the digital or the non-digital, the one with the disc drive or without. Two wireless controls, two charging stations, two Pulse 3D wireless headsets, two remote cameras, or two HD cameras. You don't have to pre-order all of that crap. That's among the crap you can pre-order. None of it's priced. None of none of it. Come to think of it, has Sony even said if the console is going to sell with a controller in the box? I don't recall that it has said that. So, hmm. But hey, if you want to put money down towards something that we don't know much about yet, then give Sony your PlayStation ID. They'll look and see what your habits on the PlayStation Store and PlayStation Network are, and maybe if they like what they see, they'll give you the opportunity, but not a guarantee, to put money down towards an item that they have not yet priced or dated. 'Cause why not? Moving on. Hey, there's this little startup company you might have heard of, Netflix. I I think they might be onto something. So, we heard last February, I believe, that there was a Resident Evil Netflix series in the works. Ooh, how exciting! Live action, from what I understand. Oh, there's a new Agretzko on Netflix? Neat. Is that season 3? I think there was season 1, a Christmas special, and season 2, so this would be 3, right? Yeah, I'm talking about Resident Evil, not Agretzko. Agretzko. 3, yeah, okay. So, think about Resident Evil. Think about what you might want to see in Resident Evil. Think about what a live-action Resident Evil show might look like. So, it's going to be 8 one-hour episodes for season 1. They're not guaranteeing any more seasons, but this first batch will be 8 episodes, about an hour long. So, according to Hollywood Reporter, here's the logline. The new Netflix series, Resident Evil, will tell its story across 2 timelines. In the first, 14-year-old sisters Jade and Billy Wesker are moved to New Raccoon City, a manufactured corporate town forced on them right as adolescence is in full swing. But the more time they spend there, the more they come to realize that the town is more than it seems, and their father may be concealing dark secrets. Secrets that could destroy the world! The second timeline, more than a decade into the future, sees less than 15 million people left on Earth and more than 6 billion monsters, people, and animals infected with the T-virus. Jade, now 30, struggles to survive in this new world, while the secrets from her past about her sister, her father, and herself continue to haunt her. Okay. So, you know, Suzanne says, I already hate it. You know, Back in 2000 or so, when they announced the first Resident Evil movie, Cass says that sounds horrible. Twisted says ellipsis. Um, Back when they announced the first Resident Evil, early 2000s, um, we only had a couple games in the series, and they were all fairly similar. They were the tank controlled, enclosed space, zombies biting at you. So when the movie came out, a lot of people were okay, but why not any of the characters from the game? You have a perfectly good schlocky, sure, but fun story. You could have just done that as a movie. I mean, hell, just edit the damn game into a movie and call it a day. You could have done that. 20 years later, we have a bunch of Resident Evil games, and they've gone all over the place. So Wesker has two kids, and we're doing a dual timeline where the Earth. You know what? Okay, sure, fine. I actually kind of, the more I think about it, the more I think this is probably a better this dual timeline thing, because if they did it in chronological order, it'd be episode 3, say, before you actually got to the apocalypse and zombies. This way, you can get to the fun stuff right away. Of course, you also just could have done the damn game and got to the good stuff right away. So, and we'll see how it turns out. Could be good. It could be good. You know, I I try not to write anything off until I mean, think about Resident Evil 8. The log line for that is Ethan returns, and already I'm like, why? And like, and snow and witches and ghosts and werewolves, and you're like, what? But considering how out there Resident Evil has over the last years shown itself to be fine going anywhere, so yeah, ghosts, vampires, werewolves, sure, fine, bring it. Honestly, my biggest question mark for the Resident Evil 8 is Ethan? Why? Although, again, I've mentioned this before, probably because first person. It's like, but Ethan has no character. But yeah, it's first person. That's why. Because they don't want to do a real interesting character or a known character and have it be first person. You want to see Jill or Chris or whoever on screen. So yeah, Resident Evil on Netflix, starring the Wesker kids. Sure, sure. Those two kids aren't the names of Wesker's actual kid in the game. That's true. Wesker has a son in Resident Evil 6, and his name is neither Jade nor Billy. At least I don't think. Does anyone remember what Wesker Jr.'s name in Resident Evil 6 is? He hangs out with, Sherry Birkin, I think? Someone Wikipedia that or whatever, because I don't remember. I actually don't hate Resident Evil. Oh, it's Jake? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that sounds right. Jake Wesker. I don't hate Resident Evil 6 as much as many seem to. I think it's definitely one of the weaker entries, and I do find the game pretty uneven, but really I walked away from the game going, it's alright. Has its moments. Overall, it's meh, but has some high point. So, alright, what do we got to talk about next? So, Square-Enix. Enix? Have we ever known exactly how that company's name is pronounced? Squeenix? Folks, I don't think Square-Enix wants me to buy the Avengers. Because they seem to be doing, like, everything that I hate. You know? I mean, this game. Now, I love superheroes. Uh, and I love action games, and I particularly love the Marvel stuff. I love the Avengers. It's fun. So you'd think, ooh, a action game starring the Avengers, made by the people who did the Tomb Raider games, which are pretty good. Sounds right up my alley. And then I saw it, and then I saw it being played, and then I learned about what kind of game it is, and it's like, wow, Square-Enix, you're doing like everything that pushes me away from a game. I think first aesthetically, I don't care for the look. We've talked about this, and it's not really important. I'd get over that. The first thing that made me cock an eyebrow at the game was the whole live service type of thing that they were uh, crowing about when they first talked about the game at like E3 of last year. It's like, oh, and we're gonna be supporting this, where it's gonna be a live service. It's gonna be supported for years to come. I was like, oh no, no, oh, don't do that. No, just make a game, please. Just a game that I can play and beat. I I don't want my video games to be a goddamn job. I don't want them to be a commitment. I don't want to be like, I'm sorry, friend, but I gotta log into my goddamn game because otherwise I will miss stuff. Just make a game! And then we learned that there would be all kinds of sellable stuff and microtransactions, and it's going to be a loot based thing that's going to be, you know, but I mean, all the stuff you can get through stuff that you get through the game, except the stuff that you can't get through the game and have to pay real world money for, but that's okay because it's all cosmetic. We promise. Oh, and by the way, if we also sell EXP pack type things so that you don't have to grind, and we balanced the game in such a way that incentivizes you or encourages you to pay money so that you don't have to play the game. I mean, we wouldn't make this stuff available if we didn't want you to buy it. Obs. So, Square-Enix had a post yesterday, I think, describing the marketplace, how all of this works, and I, Andrew Eisen, would like to read it to you because I think it's very well written. I think it's well organized, and I am confident that everyone who hears the information contained within this blog post will come away with a crystal clear understanding of all the marketplace mechanics of Marvel's, Square-Enix's, Crystal Dynamics' The Avengers, the game. Marvel's Avengers. Everything you need to know about gear and cosmetics. From our very first presentation of Marvel's Avengers at E3 2019, we've made clear that reassembling the Avengers is just the start of our story. We also committed that future playable updates such as new character story content, missions, and regions will be available at no additional cost to players. To put this content into context, Hawkeye will have his own unique in-depth story mission chain which can be played either co-op or solo. He'll also bring a new villain with him, and like the 6 core heroes, he, and all future characters, except Spider-Man if you're not playing on Sony's platform, will have custom movesets and combos, skills, gear, heroics, and an assortment of free unlockable outfits, emotes, and nameplates. By releasing all this new content for free, We prevent content gating and guarantee that you and your friends can experience these exciting additions together, taking on emerging threats as a team of Earth's mightiest heroes. We've also committed that content purchasable with real money in Marvel's Avengers, a game that costs $60 to start playing, I remind you, will be aesthetic-only editions, which will ensure we can keep the game fresh for years to come. The fight against AIM is only just beginning. There is much more story and many more heroes on the horizon. Our in-game economy is built on a player-first approach, where you can earn outfits, emotes, nameplates, and amazing gear through play, as well as tailor your style with store cosmetics purchased using credits obtained by exchanging real-world currency. In the spirit of transparency with our community, here is a breakdown of how it all works. My lovely viewers, are you ready for some transparency? Are you ready for the most transparent transparency that has ever transparented seed? Let us begin. What are cosmetics? Cosmetic items come in 4 different varieties. Outfits. Outfits are aesthetic only. They do not influence gameplay. This was an intentional decision to avoid pay-to-win scenarios. Emotes. Character-specific emotes bring out the personality of each superhero and let you express yourself to your teammates, AI or otherwise. Takedowns. Takedowns are flashy finishers that show off each hero's signature style on the battlefield. Gotta pay for those, huh? Well, it's only cosmetic. Nameplates! Nameplates show off your hero's stats and are drawn from iconic art in Marvel history. That's what cosmetics are. Stuff you have to pay for. Outfits. Stuff your character wears. Emotes. The stuff your character does. Takedowns. The final awesome attacks that your character does. And nameplates, which I don't care about. They're like guild cards in Monster Hunter. I don't care. Maybe you do. So, there are several ways to earn, craft, or purchase cosmetics, which are outlined below. How do vendors work? Vendors are narrative-based store operators who can be found in multiple locations in our game world. They sell cosmetics, gear, and rare resources in exchange for units and common resources. Resources. Resources come in common, fragments, rare, plasma, and exotic varieties, uru, and are traded with vendors or used to upgrade gear. Resources can be found in resource crates, dropped by enemies, gained through dismantling artifacts, received as faction assignment rewards, and via hero challenge cards. More on those in a bit. Are we clear so far? I'm glad. Let's keep going. Patterns. Patterns are earned through high-level crates, activities, faction missions, and increasing your faction level. They can be used at fabrication machines to create an outfit or nameplate. Units. Units are our soft currency. In-game digital currency with no real-world value, which can be spent with vendors. Units can be found in strong boxes or earned as rewards for increasing your faction level. We got all that? Okay. Gear vendors. Gear vendors will sell you character-specific gear and resources in exchange for fragments gained through play. Collecting and dismantling gear will fill you full of fragments and other resources, which is why it is worth picking everything up and dismantling unneeded items for resources to exchange or reinvest. Gear rotates daily and weekly. So, and this is me talking now, so if you see something you like, you might want to consider getting it now because it might not be here tomorrow. Uh-oh. You better make a snap decision. Don't want to pressure you or anything, but you know, these things change every day. It's cosmetic though. There's no pressure. Oh, hey, let's talk about cosmetic vendors. Cosmetic vendors accept units gained through play to purchase outfits, emotes, and nameplates. Legendary outfits rotate weekly, while nameplates, emotes, and epic and rare outfits rotate daily. Okay? Easy. So, how does the marketplace work? Well, in addition to all the content you can earn or buy with units from vendors, Marvel's Avengers also features a marketplace. The marketplace exists outside the game's narrative and is accessible via the main or cosmetic menu. It is a place for us to feature purchasable cosmetics in the form of outfits, emotes, takedowns, and nameplates. The marketplace's uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary items rotate weekly and can be purchased with credits. Credits. Credits are our hard currency. I'll bet your currency's hard, Square-Enix. In-game currency purchased with real money that can be spent in the marketplace on cosmetic items. A 500 credit pack is $5. Credits come in packs of 500, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, with bonus credits for bigger packs. So here's me editorializing. Square-Enix is expecting you to pay $60 at minimum for the base price, the bare bones, basic, low-level experience. You have to pay $60, and then they expect you to pay $100 for 10,000 credits to buy more stuff for the game you already paid for. Fun, huh? So, hey, what are Hero Challenge cards? Hero Challenge cards allow players to earn resources, units, credits, and cosmetics for completing in-game challenges. Essentially, do cool things to earn cool rewards. Each Hero Challenge card has 40 tiers of free and premium rewards. Rewards are earned via challenge points by completing daily and weekly challenges. Hero Challenge card rewards include Rare Resource Bundle, Nanotubes, Nanites, Plasma, Catalyst, Resource Bundle, Fragments and Upgrade Modules, Upgrade Module Bundles, Upgrade Modules, Exotic Resource Bundle, Polycoron and Uru, Units, Credits, Hero Nameplates, Team Nameplates, Emotes, Takedowns, and Outfits. We've activated the Premium Hero Challenge card rewards for all 6 starting heroes at launch so you can earn and enjoy all content across the 40 tiers for free. When we introduce new Hero Challenge cards for post-launch heroes, the cost to activate the premium rewards will be 1,000 credits, $10. We want to reward players for their time, so once you activate the premium rewards of a Hero Challenge card for 1,000 credits, $10, you can earn everything on that card, including more credits, if you complete all challenges on your Hero Challenge card. Not only will you earn back your 1,000 credit activation cost, all the content you earn has a value of over 12,500 credits. Remember, these rewards deliver fun, in-game cosmetic enhancements and effects, but they do not provide a gameplay advantage. Hero Challenge cards do not rotate and won't be retired, so once you've activated premium rewards, there is no time limit or risk in spreading your focus between heroes. That said, if you're in a hurry, you can buy skips to get through tiers faster! No! We didn't deliberately balance our game to encourage you to want to buy skips to skip actually playing the game that you paid $60 for and then paid another $10 per hero card past the 6 starting heroes for the opportunity to earn more fake money to buy stuff in the game that you already paid $60 for. So that sounds fun. I'm not going to buy this game, Square Enix. I mean, I wasn't going to buy this game. I haven't been for a while now. But, man, wow. How many nails do you need to put in that coffin? I have this idea. It could be crazy, but I'm gonna throw myself on the mercy of YouTube commenters and just put this game idea out there. I I I'm 40 years old. I've been playing games since I was young, so I feel I have, casually at least, experience with video games for several decades. So I'm drawing on my own personal history with video games to formulate this idea. Okay, I'm thinking of a Square Enix's, Crystal Dynamics's, Marvel's, The Avengers' video game that is sold for $60 and it's a complete game. That's my idea. All of the cool cosmetics, costumes, and name cards and things like that are in the game, available to the players who already paid $60 for it. So there's not going to be any of that, oh, give us $60 for the opportunity to give us more money for cosmetic stuff in the game you already paid for, and then give us even more money so you don't have to actually play the game that you paid for because we made it grindy and boring on purpose because we want more money from you. I think that if you insist on using free-to-play mechanics, your game should be free to play. Conversely, if you're asking me to pay an upfront price for a game, full price, $60, there should not be free-to-play mechanics in it because it's not free-to-play. You see, free-to-play games do things like microtransactions and the funny money stuff because, well, they're free to play. They have to make money some way. So it's understandable that they use mechanisms like loot boxes or microtransactions or in-game advertising. But if you're charging $60 for the game, you shouldn't have to do that. And if you do, well, you've grossly misbudgeted your game. But you know what I think? You know what I think? I think you're just greedy, Square-Enix. I think you're just greedy. I think you look at Activision and Warner Brothers and EA and you think, "Oh, that's despicable. Look at that. Repugnant. Look at that sleazy, consumer unfriendly bullshit they're putting their hard working paying customers through." We got to get in on that. Well, I'm glad that the Avengers didn't look very good to me in the first place, because otherwise I might be like really bummed. Because if Avengers looked really good, I'd be like, oh man, I really want to play this game. It looks fun, but it's got all this off-putting crap in it. But no, to me, and if you think the game looks fun, great. If you played the beta and were wildly entertained, great. I'm certainly not speaking down to anyone who feels that way. But to me, the game looks like ass. Not like a an attractive, firm posterior, but kind of a dumpy bottom. You know, not when you want to nuzzle, not when you want to nuzzle at all. Yes, that's what Avengers looks like to me. A bottom that is not nuzzleable. I don't know how my mind works either. Which is a shame, because I like the property and I would like a fun Avengers game, but this doesn't look great. And I think Kamala Khan looks really cool though. That's like the only part of the game I think that looks interesting. The rest of it looks crap. Uh, I'm not a looter shooter kind of guy, or looter puncher. This looks like Destiny and Anthem, and I don't like either of those games. So I don't like games that and even Monster Hunter does some things like this fairly lightly. Monster Hunter, for example, has daily login rewards, but the login rewards are stuff like an extra health potion. It's nice, but I've got 3,000 of them sitting in my box. I churned the ingredients for health potions are, I think, blue mushrooms and honey. And I've got a farm that churns those out by the hour, so I'm good on health potions. If I don't play Monster Hunter for a day and I miss out on a couple health potions or whatever, whatever. They're just nice little extras, you know. I think Monster Hunter, while I'd prefer it doesn't do a few of the things it does, I think it finds a nice fair balance. All of the monsters are free, with the exception of Iceborne, which was a full expansion. All the monsters are free. All of the armor is free. The only thing that's paid for are uh, stuff to decorate your room with, which bums me out because I like that kind of crap. The handler costumes, which bums me out because I like that kind of crap. And the gestures, emotes essentially, which bums me out because again, I like that kind of crap. But you know, this whole blog post, I read it several times, and it makes no damn sense. I still can't figure out what anything is, or what costs what, or what parts are free, or and what is not. I mean, they have a million different names for a million different things. Not a million, obviously, but I think it's confusing on purpose. I mean, this is another one of those games that needs a damn chart for you to figure out which the hell version to buy. There's a little button in the upper left corner, upper right corner. I know my right from my left. Pre-order now to get exclusive items in early access. So, you could pre-order the standard edition, which is $60, I would assume. The exclusive digital edition, or the deluxe edition, or the Earth's Mightiest edition. Oh, good. Wonderful. There's 4 different damn editions. And it doesn't actually have the price on the page. You actually have to click on pre-order, which takes you to Square-Enix's store. Ooh, the Earth's Mightiest Edition costs $200. Well, it comes with some stuff. Comes with looks like a Hulk bobblehead. Fun. Well, hopefully they won't pull a Ubisoft, a company that for decades has knowingly harbored sexual predators and abusers, but also devalued the European versions of its Xbox games, three of its upcoming games, Far Cry and Assassin's Creed and something else, by taking out the physical disc from the $200 collector's edition. Just in the UK, and just the Xbox edition. Why? Did they let consumers know before they opened pre-orders? No. In fact, they waited until pre-orders were sold out to tell consumers that what they just put money towards has been devalued. Are they dropping the price? No. But I mean, what do you expect from a company that for decades has knowingly harbored and protected sexual abusers and harassers? I mean, I'm not expecting that much. Speaking of Ubisoft, a company that for decades has harbored and protected sexual abusers and harassers, um, I've been busy with the Gen Con this weekend, so I didn't look into this story, but I saw something float across my social media feed where Ubisoft apologized for something. Apparently, it used some imagery that was somehow culturally insensitive. I don't know what they did. Apparently, it was for some Tom Clancy game on mobile. I have no idea. But they apologized and they said it's an accident and try to make sure it never happens again, and we're taking steps to make sure it doesn't happen again. I don't believe you, Ubisoft. And I don't believe you, not just because you're a company that for decades has knowingly harbored and protected sexual abusers and harassers. You are, but that's not the reason I don't believe you. The reason I don't believe you is you keep fucking doing this. So, you are either impossibly incompetent or you genuinely don't fucking care. Bit of a spread there, I understand. Life shouldn't be that black and white, but I'm not seeing a whole hell of a lot of middle ground on this one. And again, I want to be clear, I have no idea what the hell this one was about, but whatever it was, Ubisoft felt it should apologize for it. And if this were a one-off thing, hey, we all screw up. You're a global company that for decades has knowingly protected and covered up sexual harassers and abusers. But still a global company. And it can be difficult to keep watch on being culturally sensitive to every country that you sell your wares in. It's still your job, but we're humans. We're going to screw up now and then. It happens. But my point is, you keep screwing up in the exact same way over and over and over. So, perhaps it's deliberate? Are you doing stupid things just for the momentary attention? If you are, I guess it worked because I had not heard of this Tom Clancy mobile game before now. Now I have. So, good job, I guess? I'm not going to buy it. So, bad job? Because now you look even worse. I mean, now you don't just look like a company that for decades has knowingly protected and harbored sexual abusers and harassers. You look like a company that for decades has knowingly harbored and protected sexual abusers and harassers who also genuinely doesn't give a shit about cultural insensitivity because you keep doing it over and over. I mean, if I turned around real fast and accidentally elbowed you in the face and went, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was just yeah, just stretching there. I should have. I know we're in close quarters. I should have checked to see if you were behind me. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to elbow you right in the nose." I could buy that. But the 75th time over 15 years, I'm starting to think that not only are you really not paying attention, possibly don't care, but now it's looking deliberate. And this is on top of, for decades, knowingly harboring and protecting sexual abusers and harassers. A thing that you do and have done. So, try sucking less? I mean, nowhere to go but up. Hard to suck any more, Ubisoft. I mean, just as, a company, some of your games are good. I'll give you that. But, man, do try to suck less. If you'd like a place to start, I can be constructive. I know I'm being very harsh to a company that for decades has knowingly harbored and protected sexual abusers and harassers. I know that's harsh. And it probably hurts your feelings. Oh, I mean, why am I not thinking about a company's feelings? What kind of a monster am I? I should be ashamed. So perhaps I could be a little constructive and help you suck less. Okay? Your games are pretty good, so no problem there. But as a company, I offer the following from the honest bottom of my heart as a constructive critique that you could adopt in order to suck marginally less than you do now. Okay. All right. I can make this really, really simple because no one likes hard things. So let's make this really simple. Okay. All right. Let's pretend hypothetically that one of your employees is sexually abusing or harassing the people that work under them. Okay? See if you can imagine that scenario existing. But your whole company is based on, creativity. That's what video games are all about. So I'm pretty sure that you can imagine this. I have faith in you, Ubisoft. I have faith in your ability to imagine this hypothetical scenario where one of your upper level employees, like in management, is serially abusing and harassing, sometimes sexually, the people that they have power over. Okay? You got that? All right. All right. Imagine that person right there. We've got them. Hold their face in your mind. You got it? Okay. All right. Here we go. Here's my suggestion. Fucking fire them! That one's for free, Ubisoft. So that's the Molehill Mountain podcast for August 29th, 2020. I'd like to thank everyone for hanging out and witness these well thought out suggestions for sucking marginally less. If you have any suggestions where companies like Ubisoft, who for decades have knowingly harbored and protected sexual harassers and abusers, um, put them in the comments. And maybe we'll do another one of these where we suggestions on how to suck less for Ubisoft. So I have to get up early. Well, I don't have to, but I'm going to get up early again tomorrow because more GemCon. Whee! Because I love me my cartoons. Because of GemCon, tomorrow's game stream will be pushed way back into the afternoon Pacific Standard Time. So tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be playing... I don't know. What's it called? Never Alone. It is a game about a girl and a snow doggy. I don't know if she can pet the snow doggy. She better be able to. Even if it's just shown in a cutscene. And by snow doggy, I think it's a fox. I'm not really sure. So it plays, if you're not familiar with the game, it appears to play somewhat like Limbo or Inside. It's a fairly, 2D, well, it's 3D visuals, but a 2D plane, run from left to right, camera zoomed in pretty far, hop around the environment, try not to get killed by things, and it's got a snow doggy in it. So that should be fun. And hopefully I will be awake, because all the GemCon content is based on Eastern Time, which is 3 hours ahead of mine. So the first panel tomorrow, which is on the music of Gem, which, man, that's something I'm really interested in, being, a musician and a fan of the show. I have to be up at 6:30. So that sucks. Anyway, that's it for tonight's show. I hope you all had a lovely time, and if you're a company that is terrible and harbors abusers or participates in decidedly consumer unfriendly practices, stop doing that. You could argue, but we'll make less millions, sometimes billions of dollars. I mean, even if that is true, isn't that worth it? I mean, I don't know about you, but if I, through unethical business practices, through practices that ended up demonstrably harming other people, made, I'll just throw out a number, $500 million in profit in 1 year, and then I stopped doing things that were sleazy and unethical and pissed off consumers and actually physically hurt the people who do the work that my fortune is based on, and I only made $430 million that year. Man, that's a loss of $70 million. Wow, man. It's almost 20% right there. I'd be okay with that. And I think you should be too. So that's it for me. Thanks for hanging out, everyone, and sorry I was late tonight. Hope you all got the note. I had it on YouTube and Twitter that the show would be an hour late. Hope the time change didn't catch anyone off guard, but we should be back to the regular 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time next Saturday, so I hope to see you then. And in the meantime, remember, we've got a a stream tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So have a lovely evening. Don't suck as much as Ubisoft does, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care, everyone. Good night.